This is what the trunk lid does. It's making a groaning noise when it closes. This is common on Model 3s, but I just honestly don't like it because it's not normal. Here's the piece with the plastic piece in. This is what it does. Heard I would have to pull it down, pull the latch down. Well, you're supposed to put this plastic, the rubber lip over the plastic lip around the same. I did that. You guys just have to trust me. Even with doing that, it still did not fix it. So then when you take it out, pop the clips out, okay? I know in the first test it wasn't perfectly seated, but like I said, I did it with it perfectly seated with the rubber all the way over and pushed down. Same thing. Now, as soon as you take that piece out, go to close it. Now watch. Boom. No problem, no groaning or nothing, closes perfectly. I don't know. What's broken? I have no idea. This top piece kept falling down too. This plastic piece up here, it would keep falling down and you'd have to keep pushing it back up every time. Thought about removing it, but it's kind of part of the car, so I decided against that. Earlier I was going to remove it, but I thought about it and I was like, nah. So instead, Gorilla double-sided tape all on top of there in the clips, and then smush it up, and now it's really tight. Only downside is good luck if they ever have to remove this, because yeah, I don't think it's coming off now. Okay, so I think I fixed it. After doing the double-sided tape on this, I put this piece back in. Yeah, I was gonna leave it off, but I came back and decided not to. Apparently, you just have to keep pushing this rubber down. If this rubber sticks up just a little bit over this plastic, it'll cause that groaning sound to happen. So now when I close it with this in, it's not doing it, but you really have to push down hard on this piece and get that rubber. And if it's even up a bit, it's not gonna close right. So hopefully it closes now. Watch, because I said that it's not, but boom, no noise. There we go, fixed. Another adjustment point you guys can do is these don't adjust, they just pop in. They're spring loaded. You can't turn them to adjust them, they're just one setting. Same with that one, but these you can adjust. So you can twist them to go further out or further in, and those hit on these bumper stops here. So how you can adjust them is when you close the trunk, hopefully, there we go. If you push on here and you notice this is going in a lot, then that means there's a lot of slack between that bumper and the plastic thing. So to fix that, just extend it out a little bit, and this should be relatively solid. If it looks like this, see how that moves in like that? That means there's slack between the bumper stopper and that bumper stop on the car. So, but you can see it doesn't do it here. This movement is normal, that's just the hinge, that's normal. But if it does that on the edges where the bumper stops are, then you have a little bit of slack. But you could see both of my sides, I have them adjusted where it's just touching, so there's no movement. You can also hear it. You can hear it, tuk, 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 and that's the bumper stop hitting, because it's not extended enough. So you don't need Tesla service for this. You can do this yourself. Once you adjust it, move it slightly until you feel it's not moving anymore, and then you have it adjusted correctly. And the other way you know it's adjusted correctly is if the trunk closes like mine just did, where it went boop and it didn't to pull it the rest of the way down. If it's to pull it the rest of the way down like that, like y'all seen earlier in this video, then that means there's some kind of clearance issue somewhere. It's either the rubber, likely at the bottom somewhere, or it's one of these bumper stops, so they need to be moved in a little bit to adjust. But you'll know if it is, because if you move it in too much, then there'll be a lot of slack here on the sides, and if there's a lot of slack, then you know that's not what was hitting. So good luck. If your trunk is making this noise, just know that is not normal. There is something hitting, causing it to force the rest of the way down. Tesla did intentionally design this latch catch to pull it the rest of the way down on purpose. That way, if there is micro misalignments or whatever in the rubber during assembly, this will account for that and pull it the rest of the way down. But just know that that's not proper clearance on the rubber of the trunk. It is supposed to just close in one go and not pull it the rest of the way down like y'all saw. So if it's doing that, something's wrong, and go back here. You can do this yourself, find where the adjustment is, whether it be on the rubber, or if this piece needs to be pushed down really hard, or if it's the bumper stop, figure out what it is, and you know, that'll save you guys' motor from straining and likely put a lot of extra stress on the motor, which would make premature failure of the motor go out, or this latch catch, and you know, that's not what you want. So yeah, good luck. All right guys, I'm gonna bring one more video, or well, I'm gonna cut in one more thing I want to show you guys. So if you're wanting to check if the trunk's sealed, a little trick I just thought about is take a regular rag with some water on it and run the water, just plain tap water, around the rubber seal there, and make sure you get the whole thing wet, and then make sure the top of the trunk lid is dry. Close it, and then you'll see there's a water bead that goes along the trunk lid, and I don't know why the flashlight's strobing like that, but there's a water bead that goes along the trunk lid all the way, and mine, the bead is across the entire thing, which means that that seal is fully hitting all the way around. I do recommend doing this after you get a new rubber trunk seal, and that's just to make sure that that the seal is fully seating. And if it is, you shouldn't have any leaks at all. If you do notice like a gap, like say if there's a gap here to here, that could be indicative of there could be a leak there. So maybe you need to fully reseat that seal, or get a new seal, because it could be something with the rubber isn't fully seating. So definitely recommend checking that and make sure that it fully seals. And again, in my case, it does. But just a little trick for y'all, once y'all get the latch working properly and it closing correctly, just to make sure that it seals. So hope this video helps somebody, and you guys are kind of learning from my experiences as I learned.